Shalom, praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and Shalom to the brothers doing the work, sharing truth. Yeah, just a quick one, because I saw this article and it's, again, the CBDC, the central bank digital currency, getting spoken about. And it's not so much that it's going to happen or not. It's just the form that it's going to take. And that's really what's being discussed. So this is on roll call. It says, lawmakers trip over privacy and security of digital dollar. It says Democrats emphasize security and Republicans focus on privacy. And, we know the way it's going to shift is obviously going to be towards, what's it called? Towards, security. Because why? The key use of this thing is the same with cryptocurrency in general. The way it was lauded when it first came out was what? Security, privacy, was being off the grid, being untrackable, your privacy. But then how did most people use it? They were using things like Coinbase, Binance. They're using big exchanges where they'll tie their credit card details, their name, their address, etc. to it. Because why? They're looking to make a buck. So that whole angle, it was good to appeal initially, but then afterwards it wasn't as important. Because why? They're thinking, there's profit in it. People jump in and not really care about having their name attached. So it says what lawmakers from both parties say the Federal Reserve needs legislative authority to issue a digital dollar. Yeah. So that's why, like I said, it's not even about it being done. It's just, niggling on the details. So it says, but the two sides have so far been unable to find a balance between privacy and security that could overcome the partisan divide. The gap also appears to be widening, potentially stopping a digital currency before it ever gets issued. At least one Republican who 3 years ago warned the US could fall behind without a Fed-issued digital dollar is now not so sure. Another Republican, Tom Emmer of Minnesota, introduced legislation in January that prohibit the Fed from issuing a digital dollar to an individual. Rep. Bill Foster, chair of the House Financial Services Task Force on Artificial Intelligence, said privacy, identification, and anonymity will be the thorniest policy questions Congress will have to answer about a digital dollar. You can see it simply by the fact that all of the big proposals on this thread very lightly on the identity aspects of it. We have a central bank digital currency. No, he said a central bank digital currency should offer privacy up to a point, but needs a way to unveil ownership in case of crime. Yeah. So this is what advocates of the central bank digital dollar see as a modernization step in the financial system. Not only would the new technology enable some transactions to clear more quickly than they do today, but it could ensure the US role in a global financial system that's becoming more digital. So it's also about the global use, because why? The dollar's the reserve currency. So then they're looking to make it the reserve, what's it called? It's the reserve currency. They're looking to maintain it when it, digitizes. Let me skip down, because, this is more likely the thing you're going to see manifesting. So it's a license place. Foster is still pushing the government to move forward in creating digital identification, a key prerequisite to this vision of privacy, security, and anonymity, and the central bank digital currency. And yeah, that's been what they've been pushing over here. They've tried to push ID cards, like national ID cards, from mid 2000s. I remember they were talking about, and obviously they're going to students and whatnot, and students didn't really, the younger lot didn't care. But then it's, the older generation that will kind of more resistant. It's going to be similar with this. He said he introduced a bill last year that would establish a cross-government task force to develop methods for validating identity securely online, and it lines up with the I think it was in this country as well, where they're saying like, oh, internet trolls, you need, if people are on Twitter or whatever, they need to like link up real life ID with their Twitter ID and whatnot. Because why? They're basically making it so the whole anonymous angle of the internet is going to be done, and then everything will be traceable, everything will be trackable. Let's do instead. So it says, 2 Thessalonians 2:4, it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And that's what Esau's trying to achieve through the financials. Because while the financials is a key part of how he gained his power and influence and how he holds sway over the world. Which is why that's a key part of how he exercises power, and linking up with the new system, digitizing everything, utilizing the mark, the charagma. That's all basically trying to link in and bring it all together. Ezekiel 28:5, it says, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore, thus saith the Most High Power, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Behold, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations. So yeah, that's what's got him lifted up. That's what's got him thinking like, yo, I'm going to be able to pull this off. Because why? That monetary system, that's a big part of how he's been able to influence and control and exercise power. So I think there's a little bit more. So if you're going to the financial, okay, so he introduced a bill last year to establish a cross-government task force to develop methods for validating identity securely online. The Financial Services Committee in July advanced the bill for consideration by the full House. So yeah, and these methods, when they come in, they're gonna just have the broad kind of sweep to where they might just have, you'll have to. The way they do it in Korea, they do it in China as well. It's like where your ID or a phone number or something you're registered as official, like under your real ID, is linked to your online account for using different services. So most likely, if that's going to be the system they're looking to use, because otherwise, how are you going to be able to track who the real person is? So if you're going to authenticate a wide range of people around the world to use a central bank digital currency, you have to have a means of preventing the bad actors from having access to it. It's clear that the existing know your customer standards that are set for ordinary bank accounts are not sufficient. Anonymity should exist up to a point, but a trusted court system needs to be able to unmask the ownership behind a digital dollar if there's evidence of a crime. He likened the digital ID for digital assets to license plates for cars. Yeah. So it's basically going to be, there needs to be a way to tag you to, whatever digital currency you're using. And that's where it comes to what? That charagma. Revelation 13 and 16, he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So yeah, that's the means by which that tracking is going to be done. That's the ultimate form it's going to take in the end, that implantable chip, that charagma, that mark. Says what? That no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And hey, that's how it's going to go. It's like even now it's like area where I work, because since the pandemic, most places some places used to take cash. Now it's only really supermarkets take cash, and everyone else is fucking with only supermarkets take cash. Everyone else is fucking with like just contactless payments or card payments. There's some places they don't even take like regular card payments, just contactless. Because why? Like after the shift, everyone was like, "Oh, I didn't want to touch germs, etc." Now it's just become normalized, and it's like, people say they want to use cash. It's just like, nah, we don't take cash. It's like, oh, why not? So it's like, well, see how it's going. Every now and then you have someone say like, look, yeah, it's gonna get to the point where cash is useless, and it's like, for real, people are, oh, you're exaggerating, but anyone with any sense can see where it's pushing. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom. Shalom.